Canon has completed the set of their hybrid lenses. 20, 24, 35, 50, and 85. Let's hear more about those lenses. Hi guys, I'm Johnny from CineD and I'm here with Mark from Canon. Mark, how are you?
Good morning, very well. Very excited about the show, Johnny.
Me too, actually, because there are a lot of new stuff. And this time I want to talk to you about your hybrid lenses. So, let's start from the new lens and then go and open it to the whole kit. And why do we need and what is a hybrid lens all in all? So, first of all, about the 85 millimeter. What can you tell me about it?
So 85mm is the latest addition to the range that we have in the hybrid primes. So this ranges from 20mm, 24mm, 35mm, 50, and now the 85. Obviously, 85 is a really popular lens amongst photographers, especially if people shooting portraits. This would be an excellent lens. So f1.4 in a small, light, compact lens with 11-blade iris and minimal sort of focus breathing, especially for video, then it's a great people lens. You can create great depth of field and a great subject separation.
So now you have 5 lenses in this kit. Are you planning to expand it even further and take it to, 135 and so on?
So we don't normally say or can't say about where we're going to go with the lenses. However, you can see that we've already expanded the range to be very similar to what we have in the cinema lineup, where you always have a 14, 20, 24, 35, 50 and 85, and even up to 135. So the idea is just keep an eye out what we do have. But what we have done, we've also included the zoom lenses, as you've also attributed to. So we launched the 24 to 105 f2.8 IS lens with a Z notation on the end of it. And that was one of the first lenses that you could get for a mirrorless camera, which was a 24 to 105 at f2.8 throughout the range, which was a fantastic thing, especially for somebody doing run and gun shooting. You've got one lens that can do most sort of things to keep on the camera.
So you will consider the zoom lens part of this kit, kind of hybrid?
Yeah, so in our hybrid range, we've got currently the 5 primes and two zooms, which is the 24-105 f2.8 and the 70-200 f2.8 Z sort of lenses.
Mark, what is really a hybrid lens? I'm asking because we know photo lenses, we know lenses for video and so on, but what is a hybrid? What are you trying to achieve here?
So it's solving a problem where video lenses weren't great for shooting photos. Photo lenses were okay, but we're missing some features for video. And we want to try and fill some of that gap for those who are shooting a bit of both, so you can just have one set of lenses which can do both types of shooting with ease and give you the same type of quality and natural sort of feedback when you're using the product itself. But what they do is they've basically taken all the benefits of the photo lenses, so they're fantastic photo lenses, so definitely use them if you're a photographer, but we've also added on additional features.
Like what?
So you get 11-blade iris for start, so you get a very circular aperture on there. Obviously there's the iris ring, so on here you've got a ring which can be used, very smooth operation, so you've got 32 steps per stop, so when you do change it, it's very, very smooth. So if you're going from different light to dark areas in video, you can just get the technique to change the exposure very smoothly. And then obviously things like focus breathing has been very paramount to make sure that when you are changing focus, doing focus pulls, that you don't get a field of view change, or very, very minimal, almost imperceptible.
This is being controlled by the lens itself or in communication with the camera, and there's like some compensation? So
it's all done optically within the lens itself. So the drive motors are moving in an optimal way. So some have one, sometimes some have 2 drive motors for the focusing groups, and they work in tandem or in the most optimal way to reduce that amount of breathing in there. And it's all been designed so it doesn't create it. There might be a tiny amount of breathing in there, but in some of them, they're almost imperceptible, and others, you might see a very slight change, but again, it's very, very minimal. And if you really want to go to the extra mile and take it out completely, then there's the digital focus breathing correction within some of the cameras, which will then just do a minor crop, and then that'll take it out anyway. So you have that very natural look without any distractions or field of view changes.
Since we talk about a kit of 5 lenses, I'm talking now about the fixed focal length. How fast are they?
So all the primes are f1.4, so really fast, so giving you great bokeh and background separation from your subject. Ideal for what primes are meant to be anyway.
But are they sharp at 1.4?
So they're sharp. They've been designed to be edge-to-edge sharpness, of course. Yeah, I mean, they are phenomenal in how they do perform in that look. They've been designed to improve on any of the, especially the EF versions, the 1.4s that come beforehand.
And if I'm working from a gimbal, are those all the same weight, so I can easily change lenses if needed?
Well, the weights are very similar, so they're not exactly the same, but they're within a few grams or of each other. So the weight distribution is very, very similar. You wouldn't really notice, and they're all basically exactly the same size and shape, with all the same layout of all the dials and the buttons that are easily sort of accessible. And that's the same with the zooms as well. So there's maybe a slightly more different weights to them. But the distribution within the lens itself is supposed to be pretty similar. So when you do zoom, it's all internal zooming, so you don't get too much difference in when they do move around. There's a slight amount, but not very much. And then they're both those are f2.8. And the thing about the zooms also is that they do have the compensation for the parfocal performance as well built in there. But that's electronic parfocal performance. Again, when we talked about the motors inside, so having the electric motors allows you to, one, the lenses to be all the same shape and size, because you can place them in the right places. You don't have to worry about the optics and how mechanically linked. But and then you can then it does it in a very more cost-effective sort of way. If you try to crash zoom, you'll notice a little bit of a very slight lag. You notice that. That's natural when you're doing with electronic things, but it puts it into a much smaller, compact system.
In terms of look, I know we just sometimes put a lens. Some people put a lens, great, I have a nice picture, and that's it. But in terms of look, did you aim with those lenses into a specific look? Like in terms of coating or whatever, or just a Canon look?
So Canon lenses are always designed to be as clean and sharp as possible, especially from the photo side. That's what people like. But then if you're doing in type shooting, again, you want that. So they have been designed to get rid of a lot of ghosting and flare, any aberrations. And all these things are done optimally for that lens. So they're done in many different ways. They can be done electronically in some parts of it, in some of the corrections, and the other parts where it's appropriate, then you do it optically as well. So things like barrel distortion is very easy to correct optically, and you can get a very clean, accurate result, and the software can take care of that within naturally and seamlessly when you download the images or the video sort of files. So if you put it into Premiere or Photoshop, just to make sure that the correction is sort of ticked on, which it is, I think, by default, most of them, then you actually don't notice any of those optical distortion sort of corrections sort of going on. That's mainly on the barrel side. But when it comes to chromatics and some of the other more finer sort of details corrections, that's done a lot optically, which is the most appropriate for that. So, yeah, some of it, basically all the corrections that are on within the lens are done optimally for that type of correction, whether it's electronic or optical.
Okay, last question, or actually one before the last. If somebody who used to work with prime lenses, you think he or she will still enjoy working with those hybrid lenses?
I love it. Yeah, I think it's perfect. I can't see any reason why people wouldn't. It's only in their minds. I don't know. It's. I think these are ideal lenses now. These become my favourites, go-to lenses. They're small, they're light, they're compact.
They're not stabilized.
They're not stabilized. This is true. Not everything is needed. Some of the cameras will have stabilization within them. So some cameras obviously have IBIS, which may help, especially on the wider end. The zooms obviously have image to IS in them as well because they're a bit longer telesort photos on those, so that can come in useful. And then some of the cameras like the C50 here have digital image stabilization, which works better in some ways when you're shooting video.
Image circle will cover the 3x2 open gate sensor.
Yep, no problem at all. They work perfectly for that. Yeah.
How about pricing and availability? And if you can remember, we have a few lenses, as you said, 5 of those in the line. Are they all priced the same?
So they're all priced similar, so they're not all exactly the same price. So they're anywhere from about 1,500 to 2,000 sort of euros, depending on the lens. So they're a bit
1,500.
around about 1,600, depending where the region where you are and which lens you choose to go with.
Availability, especially of the 85mm that was just announced a few days ago?
Yes, hopefully by towards the end of the month, coming so late September, early October, sometime we should be sort of seeing some come through.
Good. Mark, always a pleasure talking to you. Thank you very much.
Always a pleasure.
Guys, thank you very much for watching, and please don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thank you.